Hi friends! My name is Kelly and I'm the owner here at Lotus Rising Yoga in Spring Hill. So I am super excited to tell you kind of what we do here, what I like to do, and I hope that you enjoy it as much as I do, as much as we do. So yoga, you often see or hear maybe on TV or in social media, magazines, that kind of thing. You hear a lot about stretching and maybe chanting and this whole image of someone doing that kind of thing, or meditating, or even you might see a picture of someone in like a contortionist kind of position with the body. And while there is some of that going on, yoga is about so much more than just what we do physically. So physically, we refer to this as our asana practice, and that's only one small part of everything that yoga has to offer. So what I enjoy most, what keeps me coming back time and time again, and what I hope to share with the community at the studio here is not just the benefits that yoga can offer us physically, but mentally and emotionally, energetically as well. And so when I was looking for a book to suggest, I just kept hitting a brick wall. There are so many different things so many different books that have been written about yoga. Some about the physical part of it, some about the meditative part of it, the history of it. Yoga's been around for thousands of years, and it goes so deep into every aspect of our lives. So I had a really hard time deciding on what book I wanted to share until this morning, actually, and I was getting this book out for class. I'll often read from part of this before or after class, or even just daily for myself, and I thought, well, this would actually be a great book to suggest. So this is called Yoga 365, Daily Wisdom for On and Off the Mat. And so this book has all of it, really. Each day, or each page correlates with a different day of the year. And so it's 365 short passages that refer to different parts of the practice and different parts of our lives. And so I thought this would be a really good, I think it is a really good kind of introduction, and at the same time, just general kind of synopsis of everything that yoga has to offer us. So I came to yoga after about 20 or so years of being a gymnast. And so I was a competitive gymnast, and that's really hard on the body. I had lots of injuries, lots of tears and breaks and rips and all that kind of thing. So a friend of mine suggested that I start yoga because it's a little easier on the body. And so yoga helped me to heal from those injuries and to prevent ones from occurring in the future. And I noticed all of that pretty immediately because it's so beneficial for the body and for opening up and limbering up and strengthening and just allowing us to be more supple and fluid in our movement. All of that came very quickly. But then I noticed I was benefiting from yoga in other ways. And so the way that I was responding to people around me, or to the way that I dealt with anger or grief, or the way that I was just dealing with the world, changed, and things started to get a little easier. Life was a little more enjoyable. I was just benefiting all around, and I wanted to learn more about how and why that was happening and how to cultivate those benefits. So I studied in India, in the birthplace of the yoga practice, because I wanted to learn as much about it as I could. And so after my studies there, I came back and started teaching, sharing this with people, and then I decided to open the studio. So I hope to share everything that yoga has to offer us. I hope to share it with you guys here and with the community, with the world at large. And so what I have planned for us today is just about 15 minutes of physical practice. We're just going to open up the body a little bit, kind of get moving and breathing. A big part of what we do on the mat is not just movement of the body, but movement of the breath too. So we focus a lot about how we're breathing through our practice, through our class, but also through our lives. So when I opened this book up and was just kind of thumbing through it this morning looking for something to share with class, the first thing that I opened it up to, the first passage is the one that I want to share with you guys here, and it's about the breath. And so this is it's titled, Our Breath is Our Conversation with the World. Through our breath, we connect to the world around us. When we inhale, the world rushes into our lungs. When we exhale, we offer our breath back out into the world. Our breathing is an intimate interaction with our surroundings, like a meaningful exchange with a loved one. There's a give and take, an absorption, and a response. With each complete breath, we take in what is around us, assimilate what nourishes us, and release what we don't need. Our breath is our constant conversation with the world. So I thought that would be a good passage to share given what we're going to be doing today. So if you have a yoga mat, feel free to go ahead and grab that. Maybe just coming onto a soft floor or even laying a blanket out. This isn't absolutely necessary. And we're just going to come to a seat. And so I'll offer kind of crisscross applesauce, or in yoga and Sanskrit we call this sukhasana, and it just means easy pose. So something that feels comfortable, feels relaxed, but also alert. So you can scoot the feet out a little bit further away from the body if you like. We're going to have the hands resting right down on top of the knees. We'll go ahead and relax the shoulders, sitting up nice and tall, and we'll close the eyes here. So we're going to start just with a moment to kind of get grounded and to come into this space, just to be present. So as you close your eyes, just notice where you're at. Maybe envisioning the room around you. Notice what's going on in your environment. Any sounds that you hear. And notice the temperature of the air. The feeling of the ground underneath you. And then begin to notice the breath. You don't have to change it. Just notice how it's moving today. What does the breath sound like? What does it feel like? Where can you notice it in your body? So we're going to start here to shape the breath, to just regulate it. So you may notice in your life that when you're angry or when you're scared, your breath is affected by that. And you start to hold the breath, or it gets a little tighter, a little more restricted, or we start panting. And so when we equalize the breath, when we smooth it out, it sends a message to the mind that everything's okay. And so we're going to spend just the first minute or so of our practice just equalizing the breath, smoothing it out, calming it down, so that we can continue to get really nice and grounded for our practice. So again, the spine is long, hands are resting down on the knees. Eyes can stay open or closed if you like here. Next time you inhale, let's just count to 4. So inhaling, 2, 3, 4, and exhaling, 2, 3, 4. Inhaling, 2, 3, 4, and exhaling, 2, 3, 4. So you can keep this going. If it feels better to go up to 5, then feel free. If you want want to take it down to 3. Find something that feels comfortable for you. What's most important is that the inhale and the exhale are the same in length. Keep it moving through the nose. Inhaling to a count of 4 or 5. And exhaling to the same count. Awesome. Let's do that twice more. Breathing in and out. In and out. And after that last exhale, you can open the eyes, keeping them nice and soft. And just notice how you feel. Maybe you feel a little different already. Just a little bit calmer, a little more relaxed. We're going to carry that with us as we move through our practice. So you can keep the legs right where they are. We're going to take the arms down by the side. And then we'll sweep the arms out wide, breathing in. Let's bring the palms together right up over the head. Sides of the body are long. Hands come through the heart with the exhale. So this is Anjali Mudra, or prayer position. We're going to do that 2 more times. Inhaling to sweep the arms out wide, maybe looking up. Hands come right in front of the heart. Exhale. Again, breathing in. And out. And you can drop the arms down by the side. We're going to bring the left hand to the right knee. So I'm opposite of you guys. We'll bring the right hand around behind the back. Go ahead and sit up nice and tall. And then coming into a little bit of a twist, you can look over the right shoulder if that feels okay for your neck. Just make sure that you're not dumping back onto that right hand. So that right hand will stay down to the ground. Again, we sit up tall, long spine, and then twisting. Make sure you're breathing here. Take another inhale, another exhale, and then we'll come back to the front of the mat, back to center. So this time, right hand can come to the outside of the left knee, and we'll bring the left hand around behind the back. Again, sitting up tall, and then twisting. You can look over that left shoulder if that feels okay for the neck, or you can just keep the head neutral. When we twist, we have a tendency to constrict the breath, so make sure that the breath is moving freely. Maybe even finding that count again. Inhaling to 4 or 5, and exhaling to 4 or 5. Awesome. Let's come back forward towards the top of the mat. We're going to roll over the top of the legs to come to tabletop position. So we come to all fours, create like a table in the body. You can bring the hands right underneath the shoulders and the knees right underneath the hips. Tops of the feet to the floor, and we're going to move through cat and cow pose here. So we'll drop the belly, arch the back, look up towards the sky. Take a big breath in, and with the breath out, we're going to come to a cat back. Press the ground away from you, chin to chest, navel, belly button hugs in towards the back body. Tucking the tail between the legs. Let's keep that moving. Inhale, drop the belly, look up. Exhale, rounding out for cat. Twice more. Inhale, cow. Belly hangs low, arch the back. Exhale, cat. Last one. And then we'll come back to neutral. So we come back to that tabletop. We're going to bring the right foot forward towards the top of the mat. So we come into a low lunge. We'll bring the right knee right on top of the right ankle. And you can wiggle that left leg a little further behind you. Find something that feels stable for you. Let's bring the hands to the top of the right knee. So we come to a lunge. So you can bring, if your balance is kind of off today, you can bring the feet a little closer. Or if you feel good about this, if you feel stable and secure, go ahead and slide the feet further apart. So you're going to feel this right across the front of that left hip, especially as the hips sink down to the ground. You'll feel that opening right up here. If it's too much, always back off. So always honor your body and listen to what it's telling you. So hands are right on top of the right knee. You can go ahead and start to press the hands into the knee to send the heart a little further back. You're going to feel it more across the front of the body. Maybe even dropping the head back here. Keep breathing. We'll look forward. Go ahead and release the hands down to the ground. With the inhale, we'll sweep the arms out wide. And then cactusing the arms here, a little football kind of field goal posting the arms here. Elbows will bend out to the sides to about 90 degrees, palms facing forward. And then squeeze the shoulder blades together behind you. So really opening up through the front of the body. Lots of space here. Awesome. Let's drop the arms down by the side, framing that right foot. We're going to press into the right foot and start to slide the hips back here. So we straighten out the back of the right leg. The toes can peel up towards the ceiling. And then we'll lower the heart down towards the right knee. You're going to feel that in the back of the right leg, the hamstring, all the attachments, even down into the calf. Now we'll change sides here. So that right knee is going to come in to meet the left. We'll come back to table. And you can sway the hips a little bit from side to side. We'll bring the left leg forward and come back to that low lunge. So the hips are going to sink down towards the mat. Left knee right on top of the left ankle. We'll bring the hands to the top of the left knee, lifting up here. So you start to get that stretch right across the front of the right hip, the right side body. And then you can press into the left knee. Send the heart a little further back, maybe look up. Don't hold the breath. On looking forward, we'll release the arms down by the side. If you feel unstable, just bring the left foot a little closer back. So it's a smaller lunge, right? So hands are down by the side. We'll reach up, inhale. Cactus the arms, exhale. Bend the elbows, press the heart forward. Hands press back. Really opening up the whole front of the body. You can keep the hips sinking down towards the ground. One more breath in. And out. We're going to release the hands down to the floor. We'll press into the left foot, slide the hips back. You can peel those toes up towards the ceiling. Again, really getting that stretch in the back side of the left leg, the hamstring, knee, calf. And then lowering the heart here. Think of reaching the nose towards the toes. Awesome. Let's slide the left leg back to meet the right. Coming back to that tabletop, you can bump the hips from side to side. And then we're going to tuck the toes. We'll walk the feet forward towards the top of the mat. So coming into a forward fold, this is called Uttanasana in Sanskrit. You're not going to be quizzed on that later. Don't worry about the spelling. It's just a forward fold. So the backs of the legs nice and long. And we'll take the arms out wide to a T. On an inhale, press into the feet. Come all the way up to stand. Palms come together. Look up. Really reaching through the fingers. Hands to the heart. Exhale. Let's do that twice more. Inhale, sweep the arms. Breathe in. Hands to the heart. Breathe out. Last one. Inhale. And exhale. Awesome. So we're going to come into a balance today. We're going to work in the dancer pose, which is a really fun kind of pose I like to do. I love balancing postures. So we're going to shift all of the weight over onto the right foot, and we're going to pick the left knee up off the ground. So if you feel okay here, go ahead and grab the left foot right behind you. And so you can use a wall for this if you like. So the right toes spread nice and wide. Really press that foot down into the ground. The left knee is going to face down towards the floor as well. Again, you can use a wall. And so if you want to keep moving forward, if you're feeling good about this, we're going to start to kick the left foot into the hand. Now, I like to hold the inside of the left foot. And I'll show you what that looks like here. I like to hold the inside of the left foot, but if it feels better for you, you can hold the outside of the left foot. Whatever feels good. And then that right hand's going to reach forward. You can go ahead and turn the palm to face up towards the sky. So right hand reaches forward, left foot kicks back, and then start to hinge at the hips here. So kind of folding forward into this. Reach through the right fingers, kick through the left heel. Find something to look at with the eyes, on the floor, on the wall. So keep a steady gaze, steady breath. You can use that wall if you like. And then we're going to come up and out. So you can bring that left foot back down to the ground. Maybe shake it out a little bit. Shake the right leg out. Let's do the other side. So this side may be totally different for you. Might feel the same. Maybe you want to use the wall on this side. Maybe you don't want to use the wall on this side. Just take a moment to kind of reset. Come back to both feet on the ground. Maybe shift the weight forward and back. And then we're going to come over to the left foot. So left toes, you can spread them nice and wide. Really press down into the left foot, all corners of the foot. We're going to hover that right knee up. Now notice how your balance is already. We'll bring the right ankle, ankle to the hip right behind us. That right knee facing down to the ground. We're going to keep the shoulders, the heart, the hips, everything forward. You can use a wall here if you like. Find out if you want to grab the outside of the right ankle or the inside of the right ankle. I like to grab the inside, you can grab the outside. That left hand is going to reach forward, palm facing up. Some people like to have that palm facing out. And you can keep that arm really straight. Just find what feels good in your body. That's most important. So I'm going to have the palm facing up. Then I'm going to kick my right foot up towards the sky as I reach through the left hand and hinge forward. Don't hold the breath. Find something to look at with the eyes, something that's not moving. So something on the floor in front of you, something on the wall in front of you. And see if you can reconnect to your breath. See if you can find your breath. I know things get really crazy, so use the breath to really calm down into this, to relax into it. Another breath in and out. Nice and easy. We're going to drop that right foot back down to the ground and come out. And shake the hand, shake that left leg. That left leg's probably talking to you. It might feel a little warm. That's okay. It's life moving through the body. It's all good. You can come back to the mat. Whew. Let any of that go. Shake it off. We're going to bring the toes and the heels parallel towards one another, pressing down into the feet. You can release the arms down by the side. So this is our mountain pose. Let's sweep the arms out wide. Big inhale. Palms come together. Look up. Then we'll take the arms out to a T. We're going to take a big swan dive down all the way to the floor. Lead with the heart. Exhaling as you come down. Stretching into the backs of the legs again. The hands reach to the floor. Feel free here to plant the palms. Or maybe you're using a block or something to reach the ground. Maybe you're holding the backs of the legs. Lots of options. I will bring the knees down to the ground. You can go ahead and lower down. We're going to come to our seat again. So cross the legs, let them come right in front of you. Coming into a pike position. So our dancer pose really brings lots of space into the front of the body. So we're going to kind of close that off now and bring some space into the back body. So you're welcome to use a strap here. If you can't reach the feet, maybe you want to use a strap. Or you can just have the hands on either side of the legs. So sit up nice and tall. Really press the hips into the ground. And then we're going to lean forward into this, reaching the hands down towards the feet. You can walk the hands down the strap or leave the hands down by the side. Maybe grab a hold of the feet. Let's take one more inhale. Lengthen the spine. Look forward And then exhale, fold a little bit deeper. And if the hands don't reach the feet, that's totally fine. Not many people are able to reach their feet, especially as we get older. We have less and less flexibility. It's harder and harder to reach the toes, and so yoga helps us a lot to keep the body flexible. Just like when we're young, we're often really, really flexible, but then as we get older, we just lose some of that. So yoga helps us get a little bit of it back. Now we're gonna place the hands down on the ground. You can start to walk the hands back in towards the legs. We'll come back up to a seat. Go ahead and scoot the hips forward. You can bring the hands down to the ground here. Maybe separate the feet a little bit and just kind of rock the legs out from side to side. A little windshield wiper motion in the legs. Let's come all the way down to the ground. The head and shoulders can come to the floor. We'll bring the knees into the chest. So you can rock this out here, side to side, forward and back, whatever feels good. And then we're going to take the left leg. You can straighten that left leg out, down towards the end of the mat. If you want, you can plant the left foot or straighten it. So right knee stays into the chest. Then let's take the left hand to the outside of the right knee. We're going to pull the knee across the body. We'll reach the right arm out behind us. So we come into a twist here. Maybe looking towards that right hand. We'll take just a few breaths here. Maybe coming back to that count, that inhale to a 4 or 5. And exhale. Let's come back through center, nice and easy. You can bring both knees into the chest. Maybe rocking that out from side to side. We'll take the right leg down this time towards the end of the mat. Again, if it feels better, you can bend it. Right hand will come to the outside of the left knee. Go ahead and pull the left knee over to the floor. Left hand reaches back. You can look at the left hand if you like, or keep the head neutral. Just breathe. One more inhale. And exhale. And we'll bring the knees back through center. Go ahead and peel the head and the shoulders up off the mat, curling up nice and tight into a little ball. You can hug the legs, nose in towards the knee, chin to chest. Maybe rocking side to side. And then we're going to stretch the legs out long. You can drop the arms down by the side. This is usually everyone's favorite part. This is called Shavasana, or corpse pose. And so if you think of a body, a corpse, just laying on the floor, allow the toes to fall out to the sides, to point to the corners of the room. Allow the fingers to be soft. Really allowing the whole body to be soft here. To just be heavy. To completely relax into the floor. You can allow the muscles of the face to be soft. Allow the eyes to relax. Even to close completely. Allow the breath to relax. And so we're going to stay here for just another minute or so. taking rest, allowing all the benefits of our yoga practice to really sink in. All you have to do is breathe. Breathing in and out. Let's take about 5 more breaths here. Full and complete inhales, full and complete exhales. Very gently begin to wiggle the fingers, wiggling the toes, just bringing some small movement back into the body. Maybe rocking the head from side to side. You can plant the feet here, bending the knees. Let's roll over onto one side of the body. Coming into fetal position. You can use the arm as a pillow here. Take a moment just to rest. Just to collect yourself before coming back up to a seat. You're going to press the hand down into the ground, really easily coming back up. Maybe back to where we started, back to that Sukhasana, or that easy pose, that crisscross applesauce on the legs. We'll take just a minute here to kind of close everything out, to seal our practice. The hands can rest right on top of the knees. Let's sit up nice and tall. Eyes can stay closed. And let's turn the palms to face up. Take a moment here just to notice how you feel. Maybe you notice a little bit more freedom in the body. Maybe a little bit more ease in the breath. A little bit more quiet in the mind. We're going to bring the hands together right in front of the heart, back to that prayer position or that Anjali Mudra. You can tuck the chin here, closing with a bow. I like to end with a moment of gratitude. Gratitude for this opportunity to move and to breathe, to step into my own body, to find comfort within my own being, within my own presence. Gratitude for each other for sharing this. Gratitude for the breath, for leading us through our practice and our lives. Anything else you might be grateful for here, anything that comes to mind. And we end many of our classes here with the phrase, a word, namaste. And this means all of the light and the love in me, all of the good things, the beauty, the truth, and sees that within you, recognizes it, and honors it. And so, my friends, namaste. Thank you. I hope you feel wonderful right now. I hope your body's feeling good. I hope your mind's feeling good. Thank you so much for allowing me to lead you in this. If you see this book anywhere, please grab it. It's awesome. Yoga 365. I love everything in here. It's such a good, just little short, little passages just to bring some wisdom and some good stuff into our days. Thanks again, friends. Bye.